happens. Basically, why we're doing this right now is that we know that every single person from Tech Crew can be asked from the general student body with any of the most common questions that they would come to. So they don't have to go all the way to the tech center, that they can come directly to us, making it a lot more efficient in helping people out. What we're going through today is the most basic and common things that people would come to the help desk, and just to make it easier on those guys and make sure that only the problems that we cannot solve directly go to them, so they don't waste their time on these things. So basically, if you can come here, go there. Also follow it through from this. So basically, the first problem that can happen, very common one, is the Microsoft account. They're logged out. I mean, from all their Microsoft settings, they are not connected, so they cannot connect to the account. I mean, from the beginning, when you first got your slates, you were asked to log in, but that can get logged out during the year, and most of you do not understand what would happen with that. Basically, if they come these problems, you see go settings, change PC settings, accounts, and you see for me it is logged in, but if for anyone that says to log, it prompts you to log in, you just make them put in their username and password for their Microsoft account, and that's solved. And that's the easiest problem. Also, there's a lot of problems going on around with notebooks, where people cannot connect or cannot save their files, or they have the files saved locally. And basically, if it's not syncing for them, you can do several things. First, you can go to File, an Account, and then again make them to log on to their OneDrive through this to make sure that it's syncing through them. Or sign in, sign out, that's another option. Or you can come down here to the Connect servers. Again, they might not have it connected to the SkyDrive. There again, you prompt them connect to SkyDrive or add service, and among storages, so you will have those. So what we can try, if neither of these solve the syncing issues, is to go to the credential manager. And basically, what you do again, search credential manager, which will bring up this page. From here you can go Windows credentials, and here basically Microsoft saves all your passwords and accounts that you log on to different areas that are related to Windows. And basically you can check generate credentials. I have here account user, this one, and also the Microsoft Office. Depending on which one you might be having trouble with, you go down, you can remove, and then reconnect to it again. This way, you basically reset that part of the system where it might have it saved wrong or the save is corrupted. Okay, so, and finally, if none of those work basically, then you have to go directly to OneDrive. You have the link there as well. And basically, because Microsoft is extremely paranoid about everything and security, after 70 days, if you haven't reset your password, it will tell you reset it now in case it leaked out. So you just shut it down, your program, and prompt you to reset it anyway. It's just a security measure they do, but one that can be really annoying if you don't know about it. Okay. Then there's another problem where people sometimes have their notebooks, but it's only saved to their laptop, so they cannot access it from everywhere else. This is one of the easiest things to solve.
So the main reason why it's important that all of your notebooks are uploaded on OneDrive is in case something happens to your computer and you have to have a new one. Then if they're only saved on your computer, then you're not going to be able to access them. So you've lost all your work, and nobody wants this.
And basically, you can see these are some of my workbooks I have here, and all of the ones that prompt you invite people to this notebook those are synced to your account. But for example, this one, which I don't even know why I have it still, just for demo practically, you see share on web or network. This says this is saved locally and it's not syncing to anywhere. So basically you can click share it and basically give it a OneDrive name and you put it in there. Now it will sync to OneDrive and you can access it from different places as well as share it with other people. So if it's a project file or anything like that, really useful for getting to share. Well, it is for what it was developed in the first place, where you can access it from everywhere. Because if you do not share it, it doesn't serve a purpose in the first place.
So do any of you have most of your notebooks saved locally, or are most of them saved to SkyDrive?
Again, it's an easy check to do on all your computers.
So if you maybe want to quickly check it now, we can
You can make sure they're all
help you
saved.
Nobody knows how to get on SkyDrive.
No, you need to be sharing. Also, you see there, invite people to
Is there any of those that you want to upload?
An option to share on web or network.
So if it has an option to share, like I showed
On web
on
or
the top,
network.
that gives you the option to share it, that means it's not shared.
Well, you're not
I'll
supposed to
make
see
it, I'll
that.
put it up.
Then you know it's not shared.
There's nothing interesting. So I think everyone has a notebook saved.
So the next thing is problems you could have with your wireless adapters. Basically, you come here, there's a red X, no connections available. You can try this. There are multiple problems that could be happening. One is you go open network and sharing, change adapter settings, right click on Wi-Fi, and basically you diagnose it. This will obviously search for any issues with the physical connection from your computer. Obviously, because mine does not have anything wrong, it doesn't find an issue because I can completely fine connect it. But if it were a local issue, so not with the server itself, but from your computer, then it would be looking for it. If you find that you run the diagnosis and you still can't find the problem, then there's a second option to do. And basically, you go search, device manager, and from here you look for network adapters. You see it's right there. You find for the actual adapter, the wireless adapter, and you can either update it, which could solve it, or you uninstall it and reinstall it, which basically again reboots and restarts the system, and the second time it corrigates any issues that might be having with that problem. Okay.
So
Another very common thing that people will bring to us is Adobe. Because if you try, so if you try logging into your Adobe, you will probably get that your trial has expired. I mean, that's for all of you probably. The thing is, for right now, what we're trying to do is transition from to Creative Cloud, basically. So basically they have to uninstall all of those trial programs and reinstall Creative Cloud. So they'll have the same programs, but that takes about 3 hours to do. So if any of you have that problem, or if someone comes to you with that problem, suggest then that when they have 2-3 hours, when they won't be using their slate, they take it to the tech office, and then they can set it up. I mean, Louis and myself also have the right to be installing those as well. But again, since they take so long to load, and because the slate should be in one position, that is a trouble, and that should be held there where you can hold it in one place. If it is like very urgent, however, we do have the access codes for the previous model as well. We are not allowed to give it to all of you guys, unfortunately. However, if they have that problem, recommend them to directly bring their slate to one of us, and we can get them the codes in about 3-4 minutes, probably, if it is urgent. So basically, these are the two options that they have if they have Adobe troubles. Okay, ticketing. This is mainly for those who are directly involved in help desk, but basically all of you can also help with it. And basically how it works is we are teaching it to you guys as well if anyone asks about ticketing, because there's a lot of misconceptions about what actual ticketing is. Ticketing is basically a SpiceWorks program that where people can post their problems or troubles basically, and then they can be accepted by one of the tech crew members or one of the actual people in the tech center. Basically, they can resolve it through that. It is also important for us to have it as proof of what we are doing and proof that what has been going on for the record. Otherwise, people can come in and say they've been doing this or they've come in here so many times, but really there's no point behind what they're saying. It's all BS, basically. And people can get pretty ugly with these things. So those are major things we have to promote for everyone to do it. There's a computer set up in the tech office all the time. They can post their problems there. Basically, this is how it looks from our side of the ticketing. So what we can do is actually go in here, look at all the tickets, accept any of them, and then go and solve them locally. Also, again, to make it a lot more streamlined and efficient in helping as many people out as we can directly. Obviously, getting points and all that, good stuff for it as well. Basically, but the important thing is if you are going in there to do the tickets, only accept tickets that you can solve and that you know you can solve. I mean, there's been some really vague tickets coming in lately, like apps don't work. Okay, but what apps?
Deleted.
What are you doing with it? What computer is it on in the first place? It's like, it can be any number of things, which if you don't really understand how to solve those things, it's going to be really difficult then to pass it on to someone else who would know how to solve it. So there are some things to be careful with tickets, but definitely if you see, go log in there, you see one, that's an easy thing to solve. Definitely by all means accept it as a tech crew and go solve it, basically.
So basically, say for example, if you do not want to go to the tech office to log a ticket, you can do it yourself through Outlook. So the email address is just ticketing@aisj-dhb.com, and basically then it goes onto the SpiceWorks website, and then people are able to accept the ticket.
Again, this is mainly so because many people don't even know that this option exists in the first place. So trying to promote and make people understand if they ask about it, how they can most easily access this ticketing and get their troubles to be looked at. Also this on the final site as well, where we are trying to create a final site available to all the students where they can find these tips, tech tips, as well as tutorials, which we have been working on. Anyone who's interested in those as well, record a tutorial on how to solve any number of these things, go for it definitely. That is what we're trying to get, as well as a discussion board, like these frequently asked questions, or you can just directly connect there and ask a question from us, where one of us could respond through the final site. That is still a work in progress on how that will look finally for the whole school, but that is all.